Hey Siri. Set a timer for 22 minutes.
22 minutes, starting now.
Thanks, lady. Okay, I got 20 minutes until this should be ready. Before I dive in, which I just want to kind of update you guys on things that are going on in the bus and why we're not on the road, kind of what happened to the bus, where the bus is at, finishing wise. But first, let me explain why I used $1 muffin mix from the Dollar General. First off, because it's like 30 minutes into town and I did this kind of last minute, which I'll get into why it was last minute. But also, this is the first time I'm using the stove. Yesterday I tested it to make sure that it was all okay, and it is. So I didn't want to spend the money on making something like really extravagant when I wasn't sure if it was going to turn out well. Also, I planned on making like a fancy drink because being the single family member that I am, I'm in charge of bringing alcohol to family Christmas. So I was going to try out like a fancy drink to see if it would be good for Christmas, and I could not decide, so I just went with somewhat of a festive drink. And this is local to Michigan. It's from Atwater Brewery, and fun fact, I used to live super close to this brewery. But it is Mint Double Decadent, and it is really good. It's kind of like thick and creamy tasting. And it's not super minty, but it is really good. Yeah. But I got the dogs here with me. They have spent not much time out here in the bus. So let's dive into what the heck is going on. So first things first, the video I uploaded today, which was me finishing this couch, but I have not done major work in this bus in about a month. And that's not because I lost my motivation and I've changed my mind or something. It's because the bus is done. I mean, it is practically done. There's a few like loose ends I need to tie up. As far as like the stove, I didn't want to screw in yet because I wanted to make sure there's no leaks. That's good to go. Just little things that probably won't make it into YouTube and into a video because they're so little and minor. But some of the things I will, like, I'll share with you guys and document me like moving in and moving all my stuff in. But I also extremely wanted to mention I extremely am appreciative of all the support of Bodhi. He has a cancerous tumor on his eyelid and needs like, he needed rushed emergency surgery to get it taken out. When we did go see the specialist, they did their thing and they are okay with it being the first week of January. So it took a long time to like deal with the specialist, and it's far away and there's a lot with that, but his surgery is scheduled for January 3rd. So send good energy and vibes his way. Today I can tell he's feeling really rough. It's really irritating him today. It's blocking his vision. The vet does suggest that I send in the tumor to see what type of cancer it is and if it's able to spread to the rest of his body, and I have chosen not to do that, which sounds really crazy, and at first it was a no-brainer for me to do that. And I thought more about it, And I would not put him through a cancer treatment if cancer did spread to his body, which I don't think it's that serious at all. And it like, it freaks me out even talking about that, or thinking about that. Holy tamale. But I feel I would rather, not that I'd rather not know, but I would rather just make his life, if that were to happen, I would rather his life just be really comfortable and me helping him like live out the fullest life he can and giving him a really good life, which that's kind of my goal, to give my dogs a good life anyway. But I would never put him through chemo and stuff, I don't think, because I'm not in that position, so I don't know, but I don't think that's something I would want to do. I would just try to take more of a holistic route and make him like the most comfortable he can be. So there's that. So I told you guys the bus is done, and it happened at a good time because the weather is just so cold now. It's really hard to get out here and do anything. The last thing I really did do right before the cold and when it's getting cold is install my diesel heater, so I have a heater. I didn't record that because it was honestly like a mess for me to do. Everything just went wrong. I think for the average person it'll go a lot smoother. I just didn't have like all the right tools and stuff. So I'm not going to show you guys all the updates on the bus because I want to save that for like a full tour, and I want you guys to like fully experience that. This was kind of a last minute video because I'll get into that right now. This was a last minute video because I had taken my bus in last week to get it checked over, to get the oil changed, the brakes checked, everything to hit the road. My plan was to go to Baja. Well, plans changed. They found something that needed to be fixed. And I was really worried about it because I wasn't sure how safe the bus was, and I got really good news yesterday about it. And so once it's fixed, it's going to be good to go. I got really good news about like the health of my bus, and I just feel a lot better knowing I spent all this time and money on making it a better home for me. And from a mechanic's standpoint, it is like a solid foundation. So I feel really, really grateful and good about that. So that's why I did this last minute video, just kind of get in the festive spirit. But I have not been living in the bus or anything because I'm just tying up some loose ends and whatnot. Originally our plan was to hit the road like 2 days after Christmas, and that's obviously not happening because Bodhi's surgery is like a couple days after the new year, and we just kind of need to get some things in order before we're ready to hit the road now. Things have been pushed back, which is okay. It's a bummer, but I am leaning into the universe and trusting that everything is happening for a reason. So our goal, if everything goes well with Bodhi, it's to leave mid-January, and I don't really know where we're heading, just somewhere warm. So that is the plan. I do feel like it's important for me to include, because this is part of my journey and my story, that recently I did have a feeling that I may want to sell my bus once everything is finished and it's like good to go and mechanically done and sound. I thought about selling the bus. My thought process around that was that everything was like brand new, redone. If I did decide to sell anytime in the near future, a year or two away, now is the time to do it because it isn't lived in. It's all like fresh and ready. And so I contemplated that, and I was looking at kind of smaller rigs and stuff. But now that I've spent more time in here again, I do feel like an emotional connection with it. And I do feel like this bus is perfectly set up for my needs. Like everything I did with the bus was for me. And I do think that could like fit well into someone else's life. But it has all the bells and whistles that I need for our life and the things that we do with like the outdoor shower and the room for like all of our outdoor hobbies that we have, or I guess I mostly have. But so I am now feeling like I want to keep the bus, and I think that is probably like the easiest and the safest option for me to do right now. I feel like the last month my life has been a whirlwind with just a lot of things like personally in my personal life kind of going wrong, and I feel like the month of December my life spiraled a little out of control, and so I'm trying to not make any drastic decisions and kind of regain control and get us back on track to hit the road. And I don't say that to like have this weird mysterious drama. It's just, it's not worth talking about here because it isn't a whole lot to do with the bus, and it's just like normal life experiences that we go through. And so figuring all that out so we can hit the road and be safe and comfortable and starting us off on the best foot we can for 2023. And I'm really excited for all the things to come. So with that, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you kind of liked this little catching up on life and experiencing my first time cooking in the oven with me. We'll see how they turn out. They look fantastic. They smell fantastic. But we gotta try it out to see. They're like steamy and soft. At first I didn't think they were done, but I think it's just because they're still warm. Oh my gosh. But these are the real testers. You guys like it? Yeah, is it a winner? I think the real question here is, was that oven worth it? Because I asked you guys a couple weeks ago. I got a lot of mixed reviews, and I think it was. I think it was. But I appreciate you guys tuning in for this little first day using my oven, kind of getting in the festive spirit and catching up on what's going on with the bust, what we're doing, and where we're at. So thanks guys, and I appreciate all of you. Like and subscribe if you want to support the channel, and I will see you next video.